It looks like spring might be here to stay, and that means more play. Our reporter Josie Foster hit the streets to discover the importance of recreation.
On a day like today, people are smiling a little bit more. That, you know what, the sun comes up a little earlier. It's actually not minus 15. There's no snow on the ground, and people have a bit of a spring in their step.
Getting outside seems to have been a bit more popular this week as southern Albertans said goodbye to the bitter cold. Recreation manager at the University of Lethbridge says adults should embrace the weather and start playing.
The problem is I don't think adults look at play as recreation, whereas I think for kids, we say go out and play. We don't tell them to go out and recreate. Whereas I think for adults, it's you need to recreate but not play.
After chatting with Halma, I stopped by the Canadian Centre for Behavioral Neuroscience to meet Dr. Sergio Pellis. Pellis has been researching unstructured play and its impact on social skills.
In a structured game like football, you're getting exercise, but you're not really exercising your prefrontal cortex. If kids get together and they have to decide, well, what game are we going to play? What rules are we going to follow? What happens if you break the rules? How are we going to deal with that? Now all of a sudden you're having to engage this part of your brain to actually construct what you're going to be doing and monitor what's going on.
You want to go super high?
Pellis says making up games improves your executive function and strengthens your prefrontal cortex. But even participating in a more structured activity shows to yield health benefits. But according to Pellis, the benefits are being neglected these days.
In modern times where parents and schools are worried about kids hurting themselves and getting lawsuits and all kinds of problems, there's tended to be a curtailment of letting kids freely engage in the kinds of social interactions they want to engage in. And we've at the same time seen an increase in a whole variety of pathologies such as anxiety, depression.
I think with that, the best way for them to learn is to have the freedom to get hurt and for you to be there to comfort them, but also teach them from those situations, point in case.
Pare tries to take her 2 children outside every day. As a stay-at-home mom, she says it's important for their routine, but the importance runs deeper with her nursing background.
Big part of childhood and development, especially in the early stages, is play. So for us to constrict that play, I don't think allows them to benefit socially and physically and emotionally. As much as it sucks when you see them pile off of a 6-foot slide, it's the best to just allow them to have the freedom to play and discover what's good and what's not. Yeah, fall down. That was a great save, though. You okay? Yeah. Good job.
Pare and her husband trade off during the week to make sure they have time to play too.
For me, I make sure that I set aside time 2 to 3 times a week to go climbing, just to pursue something for my physical well-being, because that's something that also has a drastic effect on mental health.
For Bridge City News, I'm Josie Foster.